Lecture will talk about section 1.3. The idea of this section is to get you to have an algebraic approach to solving word problems. Some of these problems you'll be able to solve by just figuring it out, but we want to use the algebraic approach on every problem so that when we get to the harder problems that you can't figure out, then you'll be able to use this systematic algebraic approach. And so let's just start with an example. Okay, so our example here says when a number is decreased by 30% of itself, the result is 28. What is the number? So the first thing to do is read the problem. Don't try to write anything down. And then go back and reread the problem, writing down the important information. And you want to write down relationships. So I have a number, x, and it says when a number is decreased by means you subtract something from it. So x is decreased by 30% of itself. Of means multiply. And when you do percents, you convert the percent into decimal form. So you would do 30 divided by 100, which is 0.30. 0.30 times itself, 30% of itself. Well, itself, we called that x. So x is decreased by, so x minus 0.3 times x. The result means equals 28. And then we just have to solve this to figure out what the number is. Okay, well, if you have this x, there's one of them. 1x minus 0.3x, you get 0.7x is equal to 28. Well, let's divide both sides by 0.7, solving our equation. From our earlier lecture, we talked about solving equations. You just do the opposite. So this 0.7 is multiplying the x. So to move it over, we have to divide. So x is equal to 28 divided by 0.7. Well, 28 divided by 7 is 4. And we have to move the decimal over one place. So 40. So our number is 40. And if we wanted to go back and check, we would go back and say, okay, this number decreased by 30% of itself. Well, let's figure out what 30% of itself is. 0.3 times 40 is equal to 12. You can use your calculator in anything you do in this class. So 0.3 times 40 is 12. Our number was 40 minus 30% of itself. Well, we just figured that to be 12. So 40 minus 12 is equal to 28. So it checks out. So our answer is that the number was 40.